On today's episode of At the D Spot, we're gonna make a bebito. What is a bebito, you say? Let's go find out. For a full list of ingredients, be sure to check the description box below. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 1 pound of ground beef and we're gonna fry it up in the pan at medium heat. We've browned and drained our ground beef. Now we're gonna add our half chopped onion. Next, we're gonna add our 1.5 tablespoons of chopped garlic. Next, we're gonna add in our 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, garlic powder, and black pepper to our meat. Next, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of my homemade sofrito. If you don't know how to make sofrito, look in the description box for the ingredients and how to make it. Next, we're gonna add 4 ounces of tomato sauce. Next, we're gonna add in 1 package of sazon. Now we're gonna add in just a couple ounces of water. Lastly, we're gonna add our chopped green olives. Now we're gonna let these flavors all come together and get happy with this meat. We're gonna give it a couple minutes and then we're gonna taste it for salt. Needs just a pinch of salt. Our meat mixture is fully cooked. We're gonna turn off the stove and move on to the puff pastry. So next we're gonna flour our work surface. I'm flouring mine with coconut flour. Then we're gonna take 1 sheet of our puff pastry, unfold it, add it to the work surface, and now we're gonna roll out that 1 sheet of puff pastry. So I've rolled out our 2 sheets of puff pastry, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna score each sheet and we're gonna get 9 pieces of even puff pastry out of each sheet. So Bebitos is just another name that I've given. It's a play on what would be an English sausage roll or a Puerto Rican pastelito, and that's just my name and version of it. Now we're gonna add our meat mixture to our puff pastry. Guys, for this recipe, I'm using ground beef, but you can use chicken, you can use turkey, you can use pork, you can use vegetables, you can use whatever you like. I won't be mad at you. Now that we have all of our meat evenly distributed on our puff pastry pieces, I'm gonna take 2 eggs and beat them in a bowl to use them as an egg wash to seal our bebitos. So now we've got our puff pastry and meat mixture. I'm gonna take a little bit of my egg wash and dab 1 side of the puff pastry, fold it over, crimp it down, we're done assembling our bebitos and we're gonna pop them into a preheated oven at 350 degrees for between 25 to 30 minutes depending on the heat of your oven. I'm not gonna bake all of mine off, I'm only gonna bake half. You can freeze the other half. That's the great thing about this appetizer is that if you're gonna have company, at a later date and you don't wanna do a lot of work the day of, you can freeze them, pop them in the freezer for about an hour. Then once they're frozen, I put them in a freezer bag and they're good to go. So the bebitos are baking in the oven and now we're gonna make a delicious dipping sauce. The sauce we're gonna make is known as mayo ketchup or salsa rosada. We Puerto Ricans put it on everything. All of our appetizers are tostones and anything and everything that we can add it to. We're gonna take 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, whatever mayo you like to use, 1/2 cup. We're gonna add 1/3 cup of ketchup. We're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And because I like a little spice and kick to my food, we're gonna add a little squirt of Siracha or the hot sauce of your choosing. Now, we're just gonna give everything a nice whisk. Now I'm gonna give our mayo ketchup sauce a little taste. Perfect. Okay, everyone, our Bebitos took about 27 minutes in my oven to bake, and look at these guys here. They look incredible. We're gonna go ahead and take a bite. I'm gonna take a bite first by themselves, and then we're gonna dip them into the mayo ketchup. Mmm. Oh my God, guys, look at this. Guys, you have to make this. This is a different appetizer. This is out of the box. This is not your ordinary appetizer, and I guarantee you that if you make this, it's gonna be a hit. My family goes nuts over it. I know yours will too. Now let's go ahead and dip it in the sauce. And this is only mine, so I can double dip. The sauce has a nice, beautiful little kick to it. A little cream, the savoriness of the meat, the crunchiness of the puff pastry. My God, here I go again. To die for. Please try this. I guarantee you, you're gonna love it. Thanks for tuning in at the D Spot. I'm Danny, and again, be good to one another. We're all connected. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Come and go with me.
My God. This is my third one. Get this plate away from me.